AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
You know what this is.
Knicks Rehab.
Mitchell Robinson is out until December, January. A month / another month sounds horrible. Here's Ian Begley describing what's going on over there in the Garden.
With what they have at center, minus Mitchell Robinson for the first couple months of the season, or do they need to go out and make a trade for a veteran center or sign a veteran center? Because the Knicks know that Robinson will be out until at least December as he continues to rehab from ankle surgery. Remember, he re-aggravated his ankle injury in the postseason last year. Joel Embiid taking him down on what some saw as a dirty play. Robinson's been rehabbing after that surgery since, and now the Knicks have a clear window on when he may be back. It all depends on how his rehab goes, but the Knicks are hopeful that he'll be back sometime in December or January. They don't want to rush it. They want him back on the floor 100% healthy when he is ready. But in between now and then, the Knicks have to deal with life without Robinson, and that means they have Precious Achiuwa, Jericho Sims, maybe some Julius Randle, OG Anunoby at center. Rookie Ariel Hukporti is another big on the roster. They signed Marcus Morris, who they feel can play some 4 or 5. But do you go with this group here, or do you go out and get somebody on the open market? We had noted earlier in the offseason, the Knicks had some trade talks involving some veteran centers, including Atlanta's Clint Capella. So they have at least made some calls on this over the course of the offseason. I don't think this news came out of nowhere for the Knicks. I think they had.
How long is he going to talk for, Flea? Nah.
At least known for a while that this was a possibility. He wasn't going to be ready for the start of the season. Their timeline on Robinson's potential return, but a big void to fill for this Knicks team that lost Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency last year, and now they're without their starting center in Mitchell Robinson for a few months. Remember, last year's Knicks team relied heavily on offensive rebounding, getting that second opportunity on offense and converting on that opportunity for the offense to really thrive. And now you're without Robinson, one of the top offensive rebounders.
I'm convinced they pay him per second or something like that. Ian Begley, I'm in no offense by that. We love you.
Shout out to Ian, man.
He reminds me of an old school mobster. You ain't fooling me. The New York accent.
He's a fairly tall guy too. When I took a picture with him in the Garden one day, and he's a lot taller than I thought he was.
Yo, Ian, forget everything I said, man. I don't want no beef with tall people in any stadium. That is a fear of mine. I already don't like being able to fight on the train, but I have a chance. I could monkey bar it a little bit. But in the stadium, I don't want my getting stomped out in your seat in the stadium is crazy.
Yo,
by a big man.
We ain't never addressed Derek White getting snuffed. We ain't never addressed that.
I kind of talked about it after when this guy was responding to us, reacting to us.
Okay.
He played it.
Oh, Jazz, what up, Jazz?
Hey, Jazz.
Dagger. That's Dagger. That's Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
Big frat in the building.
Sims has to step up for us. I think going by that, what I don't like about it is, to be honest, I don't like the feeling of it, again, and being numb to this. If I were to respond to that, that's what I don't like right now. Is I was numb to that news right now. Oh, January, December, okay. Nah, I was way too, lack of just nothing. I knew to expect this, and then once they had a January, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be worse. It's December / January. It's supposed to feel worse, but Achiuwa and them got to step up. But I'm not starting not to like it. I don't like feeling numb to this.
Listen, y'all.
You can stay in it.
Listen, y'all. Fabian is not speechless too often. He does not mince words. He does not stumble over himself. This brother is an extremely articulate brother, and he just spent the last 2.5 minutes stumbling and bumbling over his words because he is so pissed off right now and has finally come over to the dark side. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. Fabian. I get it. I understand. Injuries happen. Things happen. This is a contact sport. But Lord have mercy, this ongoing saga of worrying about Mitchell Robinson's health is becoming exhausting. It's because you know why it hurts so much? It's because we know how good we can be when he is playing at his height. Like when he's playing at the top of his game, the Knicks could be so good, bro. The Knicks could be so good. Imagine having that for the rest of the season, like minus Julius, right? Julius gets hurt still, let's say that. But imagine having Mitchell fully healthy to go through the rest of the season. You might tack on an extra 5 wins just to offer what he's doing out there defensively on the glass, being active, everything that he does. That might tack on another 3 to 5 wins. So it's just frustrating. I love Mitch, but I'm so, like you said, I think numb is a great word, right? Because we've been here 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons now of something similar, right? And so, but we need to address that position. I don't know if we can do that by committee. That's hard to do by committee, right? Isaiah Hartenstein had a career year last season, right? Turns it into $30 million a year from OKC. But, you know, I don't see Precious having a season like that. I don't see Jericho Sims having a breakout season like that. I'm not sure where Jericho is at in terms of his development as a basketball player. Forget a big in the NBA, just as a ball player. Like, where are you at? I know I shouldn't be shooting at this brother right now, but like I'm looking at Jericho Sims, and like I assume Jericho Sims only played a year in college. Jericho Sims played 4 years at Texas under Shaka Smart. Shaka, what the hell were you doing with that young man? What were you doing with him? Why weren't you developing that young man? I'm not going to blame you, but Lord have mercy, he spent 4 years there under you. Why did he come to the NBA and not seem like he knows anything about being out there on the basketball court? So again, like I hear what Darlene is saying. He needs to step up for us. He absolutely does, but I don't have that expectation. And y'all know me. If I'm wrong, I will come right back here and eat crow and tell you I was wrong. But I don't see myself being wrong. So, you know, to give it back to you, brother, like I feel like we do need to look for something. Somebody that can play. I don't know if we could do this by committee again.
I don't know if it's committee as much as it's because Tibbs is the center whisperer, Achua is the backup anyway, and he should be the starter, right? We do not expect Sims to make this, you know, Isaiah Hartenstein leap. We do not expect Achua to take a leap per se, but whatever he was doing last year was good enough for us. And, you know, iHeart made up a lot for that hole that Mitchell Robinson left, which is everybody's pointing to the obvious with the backup center role that we happen to hit a slant. Our backup from last year just got $80 million.
Mm-hmm.
That was like I think we said it before, but come on, that's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the norm. So I would think that they've been having this plan B through D through Z since last year when Isaiah Hartenstein was starting to, and they never heard any returning phone calls from him. So you guys have had 8 months of talks at least. Mm-hmm. We've seen enough in the playoffs without him. First thing that stood out, of course, Isaiah Hartenstein didn't belong out there with Embiid. He should have been the backup to the backup against Embiid. No way he should be starting over Achua and OG at that point, especially when Mitchell Robinson played 30 minutes his first game in game 1. And iHeart played 20 minutes. What did I tell you? Going into it, you thought iHeart was supposed to get 20 minutes. Yeah. That's a big issue for me. So we know the athletic guard, athletic players give Embiid a problem. So I think we should be all right with it, especially against Philly. I'm not scared of Philly, but I don't think we're supposed to be scared of Philly. It's more or less, does Cleveland have? They didn't play too many games together last year.
Philly gonna be a good team, bro.
They might be, bro. I'm starting to get the whole.
If they're healthy, Philly gonna be a good team, bro. Like we could, you know, this is Knicks Rehab, and we could have our Knicks machismo all we want, and that's who we are. But we call a spade a spade. If everything is lined up, guys are healthy, guys are available, they buy into what Nick Nurse is gonna sell.
No,
the
Nets coach. You talking about 76ers or the Cavs?
I was talking about Philly.
Oh, I ain't worried about Philly.
Oh, I absolutely think Philly gonna be a good team this year, a better team, 1,000%.
Okay, if they buy into what Nick Nurse is selling,
yeah,
what's he selling? He got Cole.
Nah, he's selling. You know, one, being a championship level coach,
right?
You know, two, being a guy that, you know, knows how to make things fit. I think he turned, once he got a piece, they kind of turned the corner.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.